Welcome back, everybody. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 1, Episode 11, named Out of Sight, Out of Mind. So, in this next episode of Buffy, it follows the gang where some strange things start happening again at Sunnydale High, and the gang think that potentially there is a ghost in Sunnydale High. Later to find out that potentially it's just a miss or an invisible girl in the school who is basically on a big revenge mission against Cordelia. Now, I don't enjoy this episode as much as say past episodes of Buffy or even future episodes. I'm not saying I hate it in any way, shape, or form, but there is carrying quite a strong content to this as well, which is basically the theme of this first season of Buffy. In this one, it carries a theme of somebody who's basically just trying to fit in and basically keeps getting rejected, and not just by Cordelia in any way and her group. We're talking Willow as well, Xander, and to the point is this woman or this girl was in essence just trying to fit in school and just kept on getting rejected, and we're being on the Hellmouth. Basically the reality of her basically slowly disappearing actually comes true, and like I said, she then takes on a revenge mission against Cordelia and her gang. Now, not a huge amount happens in this episode. Not really. I do generally like. I don't dislike it. I just don't enjoy it as much. I still like it, but not a huge amount happens. It is centered around the like kind of, is it the May Queen kind of festival at that certain time, and it's a struggle. Apart from the content that it is carrying and the seriousness of the content that it is carrying, not a huge amount happens in it. I like the performances in this as well, but it's just one of those episodes. It's not a struggle to review, but when there's not a lot in this episode, it's difficult to kind of review or things that I generally like, because in essence, it's just it's a difficult one for me to review. I have to be honest with you. I do enjoy it. It does kind of, the things I did enjoy in this are seeing how vulnerable Cordelia is, and you get to see another side of Cordelia in this episode. We also get to see the setup of. I mean, when I say other side of Cordelia, we see more of a why she does what she does. Um, it's a very interesting episode for her because you get to see her in a different kind of light. We also get to see in this episode the kind of setup to the final episode with Angel and the Codex, which I'll get into in the next episode review. And it's just, it's a, it's just difficult to review. I have to be honest with you, because where not a huge amount happens in this, it's difficult. But it's still an enjoyable episode, and you get to see that this is not the first time it's happened, and basically she's being trained to be an assassin. I generally like the content or the serious content that is being carried in this episode, because it still happens now, I expect, in schools where people are trying to fit in or trying their hardest to fit in, and I get what they're trying to put across or get what they're trying to show everybody, and how dangerous it technically can be distanced or singled out in a crowd or just in general in a school or anywhere, and how much of an effect that actually can be. The fight sequences in this are actually very, very good as well, especially with Buffy actually having to basically listen instead of just using just her fists. I generally like that side of it. In general, like I said, it's not my favourite episode. I like what they were trying to do, and it does set up the final episode. So for me, yes, I may not like this episode that much, but a it's still an enjoyable watch. Let me put it like that. So, on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.